Hi, my name is Dr. Harpreet Such and I'm currently in FY1 in Lincoln. Lincoln has a very supportive postgraduate department. In my current set of jobs, I don't have a GP rotation, but the department have been very supportive and are helping me organise taster days in general practice later on in this year.
I think it was important to start with somebody as close as possible to life as a student when giving such a talk. Harpreet is a Foundation Year 1 doctor I literally met 2 weeks ago. Our interactions via social media have afforded her with career guidance our otherwise packed schedules just wouldn't permit. Due to the location of this open day, I couldn't resist starting without mentioning the Watford versus Leicester match in 2013, also known in sunny Watford as Deanie Day, which is pictorially represented here for anybody who's interested. In all seriousness, I was very disappointed to be unable to speak today, as being a Leicester graduate who completed foundation and core training in the region, I have many fond memories of living and working in the deanery. It therefore seemed appropriate to utilise some of the innovative social media measures used on a daily basis in education in Lincoln to make this talk possible. We're moving towards a 24/7 society, and whilst we're not quite in that position yet, for how long can it be that education and training is constrained to within working hours? It is currently a time of great change within higher education, as Donnelly et al. Allude to in their 2013 paper, An Avalanche is Coming. It would be remiss of educational establishments such as district general hospitals who deliver university teaching to remain static in their methods of delivery. As we all know, what happens if you stand still following an avalanche, you would get swept away. Before the talk proper begins, by means of brief introduction, I find it fascinating that many students will know me via an online viral video publicising the junior contract dispute rather than the educational content that I've put out thus far. It does, however, illustrate the power of social media if we can be innovative in its application to educational purposes. My time as a teaching fellow in Lincoln County Hospital has allowed me to develop professionally and personally in ways I could never have imagined. I'm no longer a trainee, and I guess you could say I have a portfolio career. From an academic background, I went to medical school in 2004, went to Leicester Medical School, and graduated in 2009. So I do know the deanery well from a student's perspective. Having completed foundation and core surgical training in the area, my career took a slightly different direction in 2013 when I became a teaching fellow at Lincoln UMED. This post was incentivised as they sponsored a medical education master's at the University of Nottingham. Having completed that in 2015, I joined the Executive MBA, again funded by Lincoln County Hospital. So I'm clearly going to be a massive advocate of the place. I've locumed in hospitals across the country concurrently with my full-time NHS work. This forms an important part of my portfolio career. And going back to that portfolio career, I am the managing director of a group of companies I've founded. The UMED group currently consists of locuming, educational and media arms, as represented here. I'm also a teaching fellow at Lincoln County Hospital and do a little bit of work in postgraduate education. And I still work in Northampton General Hospital doing regular middle grade shifts in emergency medicine. Looking to the future, I remain keen to influence students' education in positive and entertaining ways. This artifacts book is a series of illustrated mnemonics that's coming soon, but I have been saying that for a couple of years. As a medical student, I was really keen to go on outblocks, as I felt the smaller numbers meant we were really looked after. The same is true for both undergraduate and postgraduates coming to Lincoln County Hospital on placement. Out of all the outblocks that I had, I only spent 3 weeks at Lincoln County, but it was enough for me to, sign on and work for a further 3 years. If not more, permanent really. Lincoln has a strong approach towards linking undergraduate and postgraduate students. So David and Mo are two current Foundation Year 2s who put on a lecture series under supervision, so also receive feedback on improving their teaching skills. This is invaluable for their careers wherever they go on. David then went on to create a talk on cerebral hemorrhages, which is on the Lincoln UMED YouTube channel. Ray Diallo is currently a third-year student who has recorded a short message.
Hi there, my name is Raymond and I'm currently a CP1 student here in Lincoln. Lincoln UMED has a strong involvement with Inspire, a student-based initiative which connects preclinical medical students with those undertaking medical education research. I have been coming to this hospital since my first year and made to feel part of the team. It's nice to be back to where all the clinical examination videos started 2.5 years ago. This is a real advantage in terms of building professional links as well as developing personally. My year group belongs in the first cohort, which has been given the opportunity to express its preference regarding site allocation for clinical phase, and for me, coming to Lincoln was a no-brainer.
Almost a decade after coming to Lincoln as a student, it's a privilege to be in such a progressive and innovative environment where the priority is teaching and training future colleagues. Whether that be local sixth formers who are attending interview courses here, medical students who are also helping out on that interview course in that newspaper clipping, or foundation doctors. I think this picture of my cat is representative of a medical career in that you're always reaching for an unknown. However, given the current climate, it is essential your training is in a supportive environment. This is something we all endeavour to provide. We're not just interested in providing you the basics. We're not just interested in how you can provide us service commitment. We very much see your employment with us as a partnership. It is a competitive environment out there, so in addition to providing you with core competencies, these strong links between undergraduate and postgraduate medical education departments allow this place to become a real foundation for your future. The NHS is an incredibly difficult environment to work in, and there'll be times when you want to pack it in. And it is easy to say, never give up. But it's quite another to provide a supportive environment where the gulf between the medical school world and the NHS is bridged. Unlike others, we do not claim to be perfect, far from it. But working in Lincoln County Hospital can be a great advantage. We have very small numbers, there's only 40 foundation doctors, and everybody knows each other very well. I can't speak highly enough of the hospital, and it's nice to be in a position to impact positively on so many future doctors at various stages of their career.
My name's Callum. I'm one of the foundation year doctors at Lincoln County Hospital. I'd like to thoroughly recommend Lincoln as a place to work. I worked here for about 7 months as a doctor and for a placement as a medical student. I've really enjoyed it for all the time that I've been here. It's a beautiful, quaint city, and as a doctor, there's only about 40 F1s working here, so you get to know everybody really well, and there's a really good cohesive spirit, so I'd really like to recommend it.
As I've said, I'm really sorry I can't be with you today, as I'm skiing, typical Moe Medics style, but do please feel free to contact me. There are my contact details, and there's the undergraduate department details where I work. And I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. And the best of luck for your future careers. Cheers.